Some of you guys might remember a while ago I did made a paint. A while ago I made a whisker pole out of a Aldi paint pole, $12.95 paint pole. Well, that failed because I was a bit too cheap on the way I attached it to the mast. But this time I've spent an extra couple of dollars. Yeah, it's the Aldi paint pole. Very sturdy, fiberglass pole. Absolutely perfect, in my opinion, for a little trailer sailor like the Mac. Obviously, you're not going to have it in like 30 knot winds or something, but then most people are not sailing a little trailer sailor like the Macgregor in a 30 knot winds, are they? So, but you can get these at the at Bunno's or any hardware store, but they're just a bit more expensive for the hardware. They are here anyway. They're like $40 at Bunnings for the same thing, this thing, but it's the longer version. But yeah, this is $12.95 at Aldi. Actually very sturdy. You can see it's got a bit of stuff coming off it. That's actually paint. Right, the missus I've just been painting and laying floating flooring in there. My daughter's room, and the missus has had me painting, so yeah, I've used it for that first. But now it's going to become the jib pole. You can buy a jib pole for a couple of $100 or something, but I just can't see the point. This is fine by me. I mean, I've been using my boat hook for years, only in light winds though, because it's really lightweight. In fact, this is much more sturdy than my boat hook. So the first question is, my shirt's a mess, isn't it? That's all right, we'll work on that later. First question is, how do we connect this to the sail, the clue of the sail? Well, that's quite simple. That's just a paint roller. The roller was on there, and I've just chopped it off there, and just filed the end to round it off there, so it's not any burrs or anything that's going to tear me sail or anything. They have little things that stick out here on these, but I've chopped them off there. But so you could just chop them off. But the other thing I did, I found this old cap in my box of junk, and that fits on there nicely. So that's that rubber cap it is. So that will ensure the sail doesn't. Well, that will hopefully the sail won't get damaged. There you go. We just forced that on there, and look at that. Looks like a bought one, doesn't it? So there you go. That's going to go through the clue ring on the sail. That's quite simple, isn't it? The next thing, how do we connect this end to the mast? Well, the first thing, I've got this little nylon ring on my mast that I got off the internet. They're cheap as anything. It's been there for years. It's strong. It's absolutely fine. So you need to put either one of those stainless rings on your mast, or one of these nylon ones. I'll see if I can find a picture now. And then we need some way to connect this to the ring. Okay, this is my solution this time. I've forgotten what these things are called. But this is like a cheapo one from China on eBay, like $5 or something posted. And there you have it. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this cap off. We'll put some gaffer tape around here. Put a bit of gaffer tape around there, and so I can catch all the epoxy in there and just fill that right up. Epoxy in there. Okay, and I'll just put a bit of tape around there too, because epoxy will no doubt leak out of there. And It'll seize up if I don't stuff it somehow. Let's see how 2 to 1. There's absolutely plenty in there. Just put that there for a second. Right, just put a bit of grease on the bottom. Oh yeah, see that all dripping out there? Oops. Just make sure that's not going to get glued together. Make sure that's not. These paddleboard things are much better than I expected. This has been pumped up since Christmas, and she's used it once since then, which was about a month ago. It's still totally rock hard. It's amazing. It doesn't seem to have lost any hair. It's and this is not a some big fancy brand name expensive one either. This is off eBay. It's pretty good value, I would say. Okay, she's all done. So that's going to connect to my little ring on the mast there. The base is full of epoxy. As you can see, there used to be holes there. So about that much of it's just solid epoxy. Only thing I have to say is last time I did it, I mixed quite a bit of talcum powder with the epoxy, thickening it up so it didn't drip out the bottom anywhere near as much as this time. It was a bit of a pain trying to stop it from dripping out the bottom, and this ended up covered in epoxy even as I put all grease over it, and it was a big job cleaning it all up. So if you're going to do it, maybe mix a bit of baby powder. Mix some baby powder with the epoxy because it'll help stop it from dripping out the bottom. So there you go, it's the $20 whisker pole. And as an added bonus, when it's not working as a whisker pole, I can use it to paint the garage and the kitchen, which I still haven't done. So that's real handy. Alright, let's go out and test today. Okay, we're going to try out the new pole that I made out of a paint pole, but it's a bit hard because it's only me and Amelia here and I can't put both sails up. And so anyway, I'm going to have to put the camera down. This is a bit hard. We got a fair breeze blowing, so I'm coming now, chicken. So yeah, it's just through the clue ring there. And yeah, that seems pretty strong. I don't think that's going to pull out of there. It's rock solid. Come on, chick. Come on. Anyway, let's let it go for a while because we've got. Alright, well, we've got it up. It's working fine. And you know, obviously this is for when you're sailing goose wing. This is the jib pole, whisker pole, or whatever you want to call it. But it's just too hard to try and put the main up at the moment because it's only me and Amelia here. Well, let's move the helm around a bit and see what happens. be holding all right there.
Steer the right way.
Well, I want to see how this pole handle's flogging around a bit, chick. It's not going to fall off. Even if it came out of the clue ring, that would still be on there, still attached to the mast. Mr. Bungey's doing okay at the helm. He doesn't do a perfect job when you're downwind like this, but he does a pretty good job on a reach with both sails out. You can get this boat moving along quite well with Mr. Bungey at the helm for extended periods of time. But he's not doing too bad at the moment. We got 5 knots. There's 15 knots that blowing at the moment. We got 5 knots. Okay, Mr. Bungey's going off course slightly at the moment. There he goes, but at least you can jump away from the helm if you have to. I'm just giving it a bit more of a test now, flapping around a bit because she's really blowing out here now. And the old Aldi $20 paint pole, she's doing quite well. Quite well. We've got about 5.7 knots now. Wind's picking up now. I'd say it's more than 15 now. It's pretty windy. Stop that. Well, I have to say that I think the $20 whisker pole, $20 whisker pole works a treat. I had it flogging around and everything. It's just chicken move. Right. All right. I have to say that the $20 whisker pole was a great success. And I reckon this size, this is the small size. That should be fine for the Jenny too if you got the Jenny. It works well. I had the sail flogging around and everything. It's super strong. Even if it does come out of the clue of the sail, it's still going to be attached to the mast there. The kind of sailing we do, at least, that's absolutely fine, and it's just right for my budget too. So $20 for the whisker pole, fantastic.